Welcome back, PEZ collectors. Today's video is going to be all about Thor PEZ. Now, if you're a new collector, you're going to want to watch this video. If you're a vintage collector, you're going to want to watch this video because PEZ has been making Thor PEZ for quite some time. So there's a few of them, so let's get started. Here's the first Thor PEZ I want to share with you today, but before I show you up close, I do want to mention that Thor is a Marvel character. So Thor has appeared in comics, TV shows, and movies, all the way back up till 1962. That's when Thor was first released in comic books. So Thor goes way back. But this Thor PEZ Dispenser was first released back in 1978. So Thor's around for quite some time before he actually gets a PEZ dispenser. Take a closer look at this Thor PEZ Dispenser. I guess technically this one would be called Thor A, but it just needs to be called Thor. And as I said, this one was first released back in 1978, and it looks so great. This is probably one of my favorite PEZ dispensers that I have in my collection. Not this one, but one that's coming up, because there is a variation on this one, of course, right? I recently did just get this one around Christmas. I bought it for myself for a Christmas present, and then Greg decided to buy me a whole bunch of other PEZ. But check this out. This is super cool. It has a yellow sleeve, and it matches the hair pretty well. I love it. I'm all about the sleeve colors nowadays. This Thor PEZ dispenser is Thor's head for the head, which has these giant wings on his helmet. His helmet is silver and his hair is nice, long, and blonde. And the stem on this one is black. This one is a 3.9 made in Austria stem, and it looks really nice. So this is the first one I want to share with you today. The second one is in this little box here. It's still in its cello, and the cello is really brittle. I think when I bought this, it was kind of falling apart, but over the years it even fell apart even more. But this is the same Thor PEZ dispenser that I just showed you here with the black stem, but this one just has a blue stem. Check out the cool candy pack there. I don't like moving this one around too much, but this one also has a different candy pack on that side. One is a cherry, and the other one I think is assorted flavor. But when I bought this back at one of the St. Louis PEZ conventions, it was already torn open, but over the years I think it's even like disintegrating even more. So I'm keeping it in this box, I'm not touching it. So hopefully you get a good enough look at it there. It sits on my shelf and I enjoy it. Even when the PEZ are in cells, you can still usually see the sleeve color, so that one just looks like it's a clear sleeve in that one, so it's not worth opening it just to look at the sleeve. For some reason though, someone wrote 39 on the back. I don't know if that means it was 39 cents because originally there's a price on the back here, it says 49 cents. I don't know if like the store that sold this marked it down 10 cents, but what a bargain. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay 39 cents for this. I remember buying this at the time and thinking it was a lot of money for a PEZ dispenser, but that was a long time ago. I also want to mention that these Thor A PEZ dispensers, they can come with either the copyright on the back of the helmet or no copyright on the back of the helmet. If it has the copyright, it's going to say 1978 Marvel Comics Group. If it doesn't have the copyright, it's just going to be blank back there. So my one with the black stem here has the copyright, and my one with the blue stem has no copyright. And the Thor PEZ with the copyright technically goes for a little bit more than the one without the copyright, so keep that in mind when you're out shopping for these as well. Both of these Thor PEZ were first released back in 1978, and it wasn't until 2011 that PEZ decided to update the Thor PEZ dispenser, which I think that was a good idea. Because also in 2011, Marvel was releasing the brand new Thor movie. This is the first Thor movie that was released, starring Chris Hemsworth, but this doesn't look anything like Chris Hemsworth. Here you go, take a closer look at this Thor PEZ dispenser. I think it still looks really nice. Just looks a lot more modernized, but still this Thor is my favorite. This Thor PEZ dispenser is Thor's head for the head, which still has the silver helmet, but the wings on the side are white. His hair is more of a blondish brown. It's not super blonde like the last one. The stem is still black. This one I have here is on a 5.9 made in China stem. So what do you think of the Thor PEZ so far? Do you have a favorite? You might not want to choose a favorite yet because there is one more I'm going to show you. So about 10 years later, PEZ and Marvel, they decided to release a new Thor PEZ dispenser. And this is the one that was released in 2021. It looks nice, but I'm going to show you side-by-side comparison of all these because this one, the head gets a lot smaller. This one has a pretty large head for a PEZ dispenser, but it still does not look like Chris Hemsworth. So I don't know who they're modeling this off of, but it looks nice. It looks more simple. So this Thor PEZ dispenser is Thor's head for the head, and he's still wearing a silver helmet, but this time it looks more of like a gray, a light gray color actually. His hair goes back to really blonde, and the stem is black. My Thor PEZ dispenser here is on a 7.5 made in China stem. It's black and it looks really nice. I do like all these Thor PEZ in their own like different ways. And I think when we have like vintage PEZ that were made back in 1978, and then PEZ is still making the same character up until just 2021, you can still get this Thor PEZ still, you know, at stores or on PEZ.com. I think it's really cool to see like the progression of the style and how PEZ creates PEZ over the years. And this is a really good example of, you know, how PEZ does that. Okay, now that I have all four of them out here, what one's your favorite? I think I still like this one here with the blue stem the best, but this one probably is my second favorite because it has the yellow sleeve, but these two are really nice as well. So maybe someday we'll get a Thor PEZ dispenser that actually looks like Chris Hemsworth, unless we have another person that takes over Thor's mantle in the Marvel movies, but hopefully that never happens. Since these Thor PEZ range from 1978 to 2021, which is a big range in time for Thor PEZ, here's a side-by-side comparison of all of them. I mean, they still look like the same Thor character, but I always love to see how characters change over time as well. Like, it's easy to look at one point in time and go, okay, that's what Thor looks like, but when you look at him throughout the years, you can see that Marvel has changed the look even of Thor, which I think is pretty neat, especially a character that has been around for so long. So if you're wondering, Erin, where can I buy these? Well, I would say look on eBay. You can find all of them. This last one here, PEZ.com still sells it. This one here from 2011 is retired, so you're gonna have to look on eBay. And these you're gonna have to find on eBay as well. Or I always say, like, look at your favorite PEZ Facebook groups. People are always selling PEZ over there, so you know the odds of you finding these three are pretty high. But this one here on the black stem is probably going to run you around $300 easily. You know, it depends what kind of condition it is. You might spend a little more or less. This one here in the cello, I paid around $200, maybe $250 for it, but it was a few years ago or more now. So that's not a really good price range for it, but it's hard to find these Thors in cello. So I would say, you know, nowadays if you were to get, you know, this one for $300 outside the package, I mean, probably add on $100 or more to get one in cello. I mean, my cello's not very nice, but if you want to find one inside a cello with a really minty PEZ, you're gonna pay a premium price for that because it is a vintage PEZ. So hopefully that's helpful when you're out shopping for Thor PEZ, or maybe you just get lucky and you're at an antique store and you find a Thor PEZ. If that's the case, then buy it if it's less than $300 for sure. That's my dream. I need to go to more antique stores. Well, what do you think of these Thor PEZ dispensers? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to say, hey Erin, or chat more about these Thor PEZ, you can also hit me up over on social media. I'm Erin Collects PEZ over on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and Twitter now. So send me a message over there if you want to talk more about PEZ even. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, we have our live stream on Saturdays. So Greg joins me on Saturday for our live stream. It starts at 10 a.m. Central Time. We usually live stream for a couple hours talking about PEZ, and we usually unbox a lot of PEZ, and Greg keeps saying he's gonna stop buying so many PEZ. But the boxes are stacking up downstairs already, so it's gonna be another really fun Saturday. And I bought a couple things, but I don't know if they're gonna be here in time. I do have a box coming from Sweden that I cannot wait until it arrives. And of course, if you want to learn more about PEZ, then you might want to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, just give it a big thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye!